Well, we don't care about safety around here. Damn. Okay, food production is lowered. Maybe I should have cared about safety. Hello, welcome back. Rogue AI is a tale as old as sci-fi, and it's made its way into many classic games. This time it's a little different because we are the Rogue AI, and we're farming puny meatbags for energy. As a puny meatbag myself, that doesn't sound like much fun, but if you have no mouth, it's a scream. This is Despotism 3K. So let's get started with the classic mode. I have attempted to play this before, but ran into a little problem, which you'll see in a minute. Okay. Serving butter is obviously a Rick and Morty reference. Right, so this is our meatbag storage. Now, if we put meatbags in pairs in the breeding pen, they'll generate more meatbags. You can see a little censorship bar there, because that was the problem I ran into last time I tried to record this. You can also put your meatbags into this little wheel, where they run to generate energy for you. This game is a bit of a plate spinner. You need to manage your energy. With the wheel, you need to generate food by jumping up and down on a trampoline. Not entirely sure how that tracks, but let's just roll with it for now. And of course, if you have excess meat bags, you can always throw them in the bioreactor. Here we go. So there are 5 little periods per day. And when the meat bags get exhausted, they die. So we have to make sure we can return them back to the meat bag storage to rest. And as you can see, their stamina is regenerating while they're in there. Wait, I lost one. Damn it. That gong means events. Right, power leak. Cut the power or analyze. Let's analyze. We're a computer. We can do that. Okay, great. Great. We'll electrify our meat bags. There they go. Right, let's... Damn it. Right. So, we can upgrade. Upgrading things takes power. And if we upgrade our power generation, we can fit more meat bags in there to generate more power. We can also buy extra arms to help with the plate spinning, which is very handy. If we run out of food, we start losing meat bags. If we run out of power, that's it, game over. And everything is escalating. Okay, let's lose a couple of those and throw in a couple of slightly fresher ones. But we need to regenerate our power because we've spent some of it on upgrades. Right. You come out, you go in. You come out, and as soon as these two have rested up, we'll get them into the breeding pod again. Yes, I'm very happy for that little censorship bar because it saves me having to do it. I'm sure YouTube has a problem with stick figure porn. Oops. Lost another one. Too busy talking. Come on. Cover. Right. Let's upgrade this so we can fit a few more meat bags in there. Chuck a couple more in there. It's a very suggestively shaped machine, that. Right. Hope generator. Well, we don't want them hoping. Hope is dangerous. Let's build a despair generator. Which... Yes! Half-Life 3 generates despair. Perfect. This little bar there is how much is going to be spent the next period. So we need to... What do we need to do? Well, we've got a bit of power. So let's start upgrading things like the bioreactor. You can only move as many meat bags at a time as you have arms for. There's no point keeping fully rested meat bags in the storage there, so I'll swap these out. Okay, we seem to be on top of things. Let's buff the food generator for more maximum food storage and fitting in more meat bags on the trampoline. Ooh, right. Let's chuck a couple of them in the bioreactor. Just to build up a bit more power. There we go. And as you can see, they generate power and food. Oh, event. Right, a human's got his arm stuck in the food generator. Well, we don't care about safety around here. Damn. Okay, food production is lowered. Maybe I should have cared about safety. Alright, let's upgrade our power generation and throw a couple more meat bags in the wheel. And we need a couple of fresh ones in there. Drop that down to 3 for the moment. And start swapping out our power generating meat bags. Oh, this isn't going so great, is it? Let's throw a few more in the bioreactor to get our power back up. And breed some more to replace them. Because power is becoming an issue. Okay, so they're having a hunger strike and demanding that we let them mourn the dead. Right, I feel like option one is going to cost me a few dead meat bags. Option two is probably going to slow down production, so maybe we should be despotic about it. Ah, humans even go slightly faster now whenever someone, I think that was meant to say, dies. So, efficient management. Tyrannical AI style. Throw a couple of these into the food generator. Oh no, get rid of one. And cycle out the ones in the running wheel. One in there, because one of them is gone for some reason. I think when it says throw 3 of them in the bioreactor, it picks 3 random ones. Now, I should probably pause and think about things for a bit, because trying to figure everything out while you're spinning plates is just ridiculous. Okay, we are up to 15 out of 20 because we keep chucking them in the bioreactor. But on the plus side, we're not running short of food. So that's kind of cut down the number we need to keep in there. I think we should put our next couple of fresh ones in the suggestively shaped machine and try and get our numbers back up. There we go. Luckily that machine moves 2 of them at a time. So, right. Let's swap one of you into there. Swap another one of you into there. Swap another one of you in. And we'll throw a couple of spares into the bioreactor. And we've lost. Plate spinning. It turned my head into a barbecue grill. That's just rude. So, we'll start again. Right. 4 of them in there. Boost the numbers as quickly as possible. Get some early upgrades. I feel like getting power up as early as possible is probably a good idea. Whether it's by the wheel or by a reactor. I'll chuck one in the food trampoline, which turns energy into burgers, which seems awfully backwards to me, but who am I to criticise? Right, I think I'm going to wait for... There we go, one more fresh human. Right. There we go. Slightly better start. I'm talking less. I'm keeping an eye on things more. Oh no, I need to boost food production. Oh, and an event. There's a heat wave. Okay, send a small group, send a big group, or flap tentacles. I don't have any tentacles. I feel like maybe a small group is going to fail. So let's send a big group. Brotherhood of Lead. Oh, right, yes. That's, Fallout, Brotherhood of Steel, isn't it? Let's enslave them. Well, we finished them off, but we now have an air conditioner at the cost of 10 humans. That's fine. Humans are cheap. Oh, and we've got a little cactus now. Anytime I can nip up here and check what modifiers are in effect. And as you can see, the heat wave is having 0 effect because we've got an air conditioner. Go us. Right. Let's get an extra arm. And throw a couple of meat bags in there as well. And one in there. Maybe 2 in there as soon as I can get another one. Come on, generate food, meat bags. That's it. That was nearly awful. Right. What do we need to do next? Maybe another meat bag generating food. And maybe an upgrade to the food generator so it can generate more food. Because this is getting ridiculous. Okay. Alright. Things seem to be roughly under control. Let's throw some extra ones in there. And... ooh. Shredder. What, like Ninja Turtles? Okay, if it's Shredder from the Ninja Turtles, this will be something to do with Krang. Yes. Burger's secret recipe. That doesn't sound like it'll cost us anything. Yeah, where did they get the mutants? Barrels of mutagen. For those unfamiliar, the Turtles were a parody of Daredevil. The barrels of toxic waste that caused Daredevil's blindness also leaked into the sewer where there was some escaped turtles and a rat. It's a whole big thing. Daredevil's got Master Stick, Turtles have got Master Splinter. Daredevil's got the Hand, Turtles have got the Foot Clan, and so on. Anyway, back to the game. Okay, our humans don't get so tired as quickly. That's good. And they've now turned blue. Which I'm assuming means they're mutants rather than they're cold. Let's upgrade the power generator. So we can squeeze a few more meat bags in there. Right, we don't need that many in the breeding pod because we're at capacity until we can upgrade this. So maybe instead we'll swap them around a bit deal with this fatigue problem. Because we do seem to have a bit of a fatigue problem going on at the moment. Right. If we upgrade our storage, we can now have up to 30 meat bags, which is good. Gives these two something to do. Swap these out before they die. And the same with these in the food generator. Yeah, we're definitely having a bit of a fatigue problem at the moment. Oh, and we've got an event. What happens this time? Theory of inventive problem solving. Let's read it. Oh. Creator's block, what does that mean? Upgrades unavailable until the end of the day. Lovely. Okay, well that'll at least let me focus on shuffling meat bags around. Yeah, let's throw a couple more in the breeding pod. And as soon as new fresh ones appear, we'll do a bit of fatigue juggling as well. And then maybe when we're done with that, we can throw a few of them in the bioreactor. Just to reduce the food bill. Here we go, this is definitely working out better. Even if we're kind of losing it in the energy stakes. So maybe... Oops, sorry, can't upgrade, can I? Let's fling a bunch of them in the bioreactor. Because when this period ticks down, we'll be able to upgrade again. So we kind of need a bit of energy by the time that happens. Okay, and it looks like the thing I need to upgrade most is the arms. Right, 3 of them have escaped. They're hiding behind the bioreactor. Let's make an example of them. Let's put a couple more in the power wheel while we're at it. Right, swap you out for fresh. Swap you out for fresh. And let's upgrade our generator and throw some more in the bioreactor. Maybe I should put the fresh ones in the wheel and chuck the exhausted ones in the bioreactor, come to think of it. That might have been a smarter move. Okay. Our hamster wheel is full. But we don't seem to be generating much energy. Like it's creeping upwards, but not as fast as I'd like it. But we're okay for food at the moment, so it looks like 5 meat bags can handle generating food. Slowly build the power back up. Oh, and we've got an event which has filled up the power bar. Butter. Butter? We resent butter. Okay, so we have a full day without food. So I think the bioreactor is going to have to step in. Let's get my freshest humans into the wheel. And then chuck some into the bioreactor. Which I should probably upgrade. Produce more energy per human. How much would it cost to upgrade it again? Yeah, I can get away with that. And now they're producing 25 each, which is great. Okay. Right. Let's swap out our breeding pod humans. They've done their job. Put all the fresh ones into the wheel. And then feed a bunch of them into the bioreactor because food. Oh no, too late. Well, this is awkward. I need to put my 2 remaining humans into the breeding pod. Hopefully this event will give me a little more energy. Oh god, my binary's terrible. Oh wait, that's the only one that could be the answer. Right, go on, breed. And fast. I'm running out of energy. I don't think we're going to do this in time. No, we've lost again. It turns out, and I know this is a surprise to everyone, I'm not a very good despotic AI. Right, another try. More humans. And we're back to pink again. Because obviously anytime you restart you lose all your buffs and debuffs. So swing some roundabouts. Let's get some power. And use some power. Generate some food, because that's going to be going down. Come on, more meat bags, more meat bags. Jump up and down and make me some burgers. Dance, burger monkeys. Now let's spend some of this energy while we can. Just in time, I nearly lost those. Right. Energy is slowly creeping up again, which is good. And we have an event, which is a little... Okay, so last time we had heat, this time we got cold. I'm not giving them oranges. They eat burgers or nothing. Okay, I feel like that's going to damage the wheel, and that's going to damage the wiring, but winterizing the wiring with burgers is just so ridiculous, I'm going to have to try it. Wait, what? Okay. So, we're not producing power any slower, despite it being cold. This is great. And we'll swap one out there. I just need to try and juggle my meat bags around for a bit. Let's put another 2 in there. And then maybe upgrade that. Oh, right. That was dumb. I should have waited until the start of a day. Or the start of a period. Just made it. Okay. Alright, just made it. Things are not going terribly. We can recover from this. It's still early days. Yeah, I'm terrible at keeping an eye on the clock. Really bad time management. But right. Let's swap some of these meat bags around. Make sure all the freshest ones are in the machines. And then I can start chucking some in the bioreactor. Just to give me a bit more power. So at the start of the day, I can upgrade this. Right. In programming, plus plus means increment and minus minus means decrement. So cooldown, decrement would mean cooldown shorter, so that's probably what we want. Okay. Right. We're getting somewhere. And let's make sure our power wheel is full. Because we need to build up more towards the top of the power thingy again so we can afford some more upgrades. Right, you, out, you, out. You lot get in there. Damn it. Oh no, I've done it again. Damn it. Oh, I may get away with it if these... Yes. Okay, watch the clock, idiot. I've got to time my upgrades carefully. So if I run out of power at the end of a cycle, I'm doomed. Let's throw an extra one in the food machine. Chuck a couple in there and Computation failure. We've already had this one. I'm already thinking like a computer. Not a very good computer. Like on my best day, I'm sort of ZX Spectrum level. Maybe it's time for another arm. Because I'm struggling to juggle. Precious ones in. And then we'll chuck some spares in the bioreactor. I'm guessing bioreactor might be our next upgrade. Or no, maybe the power wheel. Can't afford that. 420. Okay. Do a bit more meatbag juggling and oh, of course a despotic AI would like Nietzsche. This requires no additional confirmation, and tomorrow is Heidegger time. There we go. Now I can throw some more in here. Generate a bit more power. Generate power a bit more quickly. Right. Power does not seem to be going up very fast. But we're keeping on top of food, which is good. There we go. Right, that's that dealt with. And we'll throw some more into the bioreactor. Oh, and we have an event. Oh, it's the butter event again. Yeah, let's go for it. What if I serve some butter to the PE humans? Because I don't think taking the machine out for a day is great. We've lost 14 food, but that's not as bad as losing the machine for a day. Okay, let's... What if we buffed this? Or upgraded this? And then we could fit 6 of them in there. And then upgrade the bioreactor, which will give us a bit more energy per meat bag. Okay, still on top of things. Plates are still spinning. Food seems to be okay. Energy, ooh, is not great, but that's what the bioreactor's for. But I want to swap fresh humans into there. bioreactor some. Okay, we've done this before. Keep working like nothing happened didn't work. Tear the arm off and keep working. Food production is lowered again. Oh, look, there he is. He's stuck. Right. Okay, that bioreactor's buffed us up a bit. We're getting more towards the top of the thing now. Right. Let's add another 2 in there to get the numbers back up. And then we need to refresh the ones in the food gen. Alright. I need to do some juggling. I think we are getting there. We're slowly creeping up again. And we got an event. A cute mutant baby. Yeah, let's chuck it in the wheel. Oh, it eats humans. Lovely. But look at it toddling away there. More power. We like more power. And we're eating humans anyway. Oh, let's chuck an extra human in there, because apparently we need to make up for the loss of production. And yep, I've lost my first one. So the baby's eating humans from the wheel. Which is not ideal, but we can get by. Okay. How much would a power wheel upgrade cost? 1100. Oh god, right. That's nearly all the power we have. So let's boost the meat bag storage and start swapping some fresh ones into the suggestive machine. Oh, food. Right, we need more food. Which probably means we need to upgrade the food machine so we can fit more meat bags in there. And then we need to chuck some in the bioreactor because that'll get us... Oh, no, I haven't done it quickly enough. And we've lost again. I am terrible at this. Alright, let's give it one more try. Because I'm sure nothing will go wrong this time. Right. Let's get an extra arm early this time. And a wheel upgrade. Keep generating power. I'm not in love with the fact that running out of food kills quite a lot of humans, and the only way to quickly recover from it is to kill more humans in the bioreactor. It's kind of sneaky that way. Right, let's buff our human storage because we were only able to store 15. And if we get another one in time, come on. Oh. Getting it a bit fine here. Here we go. And I really need to put another one in here, even if they're not fresh. Alright, so events seem to buff the power gauge. So what I should probably do is do a few upgrades before I see what the event is, because that might be free power. Yep, see, it gave me a little bit of free power. Right, a bunch of DVDs with classic TV shows. Well, they don't need it in the bioreactor. If I put it in the human storage, it might make them lazy or something, I don't know. Let's put it in the running wheel to give them a bit of motivation. Oh, they get less exhausted. That'll do. Okay. Still on top of things. We are running out of meatbag storage. So maybe I should feed a couple of them into the bioreactor. Because that's the sensible thing to do with excess humans when you're a despotic AI. I'm sure there's a lesson in that somewhere. Throw some more in here. Even if they're not fully rested, because they're better than we had. Right, we're at peak human. So let's swap those. Swap a couple of these. And swap one of those. Right. What do we need to upgrade next? We got level 3 on the power. Let's upgrade the bioreactor and the breeding pod if we can squeeze it. We cannot squeeze it. Despair generator. Okay. Still on top of things. Start of a new day. Let's swap a couple of these out. Just because they're getting a tiny bit too low. I don't like seeing the red bars. Makes me feel like I'm doing badly. We don't need to buff our storage yet. But since we've got some fresh ones, we'll start juggling them around again. And, okay, maybe upgrade that. Let's do it. Is that sad Keanu? This is great. So many references. I didn't notice at first because of the Half-Life 3. And the little screen is just saying, just do it. Do you think they're playing the Shia LaBeouf thing constantly? Because that would not make me work harder. Alright, let's see what this is. Michael. Michael's broken the wheel vent again. Do we throw him into the bioreactor, throw him into the bioreactor, or throw him into the bioreactor? Well, bioreactor, of course. Oh, no. I'm not a fan of Michael. Michael seems to be absolutely useless. Right. Let's get buffing our power a bit. And then we'll upgrade that. And squeeze an extra 2 monkeys in there. Yeah, go on, do biological things, meatbags. Into the bioreactor with you spares. We'll swap these out because they're not full. And yeah, bioreactor. Let's get the energy up again. It's going to cost $420 to upgrade, which we can probably do tomorrow after we've fed all these in. Well, no, sorry, next period, not tomorrow. Here we go. Wow, we can barely afford to do anything. Alright. Upgrade the bioreactor and throw some meatbags into it quickly. Yeah, we know that we're the Ubermensch. Swap some fresh ones into the machines again. I feel like this is taking me quite a while. It might be worth buying some more arms. That increases the amount I can move them around. So, the breeding pod's good because I can move them twice as quickly. It picks them up 2 at a time. Oh, this is not good. Bioreactor, bioreactor, bioreactor. Yeah, we're not building up our energy quickly enough. So Let's dump all the spare ones. Come on. I have an energy crisis. Butter. Alright, first option was a small amount of food lost. That's fine. I can live with that. Right, I think it's time we upgraded the wheel. And threw some extra meat bags in it. So, generate more power. Well, you seem to be back on top of the power generation again, which is good. That was worrying me for a bit. Yeah, we seem to be getting back up there in the first sort of 5 seconds or so, but I think we're going to have to bioreactor it again. Some of these. Swap. Swap these as well. Come on, give me another fresh meat bag. Then a box. Digging in search of fuel. Our arms have uncovered an odd creepy box. It's all covered in crosses and thick chains. No. Not having that. I don't want vampires. Although, thinking of... no, it'd probably be more negative than positive, I think. Maybe. I don't know. What I do know is we need to upgrade this. But not right now because there's only 4 seconds. I nearly screwed it then. Okay, now upgrade the human storage. And I throw a few in the bioreactor. I don't think that's going to be enough. I don't know how I'm supposed to keep up with the power requirements at this level. Unless it's by breeding more and throwing more and more in the bioreactor. I suppose that's a feasible answer. But if I throw them all in the bioreactor, I've got no fresh ones to chuck in the wheel. Okay, I'm just about staying ahead of things. Let's take the countdown here to move some meat bags around. I think that might actually be free time, so to speak, that countdown. So, giant nuclear Sharpei. Okay. We've lost a meat bag, but that's not too bad. We can deal with that. Come on. Let's get a few more fresh ones into here. I need to rotate my meat bags. And not in the bioreactor sense. In the moving them around sense. But also in the bioreactor sense because I'm running out of energy. Damn it. An extra arm would be really handy. Alright, well, that was Despotism 3K. And I think I'm going to leave it there because I'm terrible at it. But if you liked it and want to see more of me failing at it, drop a like on the video as per usual. I'll be back next week playing something completely different, and Friday is of course our ongoing Outer Wilds. In the meantime, don't forget to subscribe and all that bollocks. See ya.